Good evening. Graduates, faculty members, honored guests, welcome. My name is John Chalykoff. I'm the Dean of the Jack Welch College of Business at Sacred Heart University. It is my privilege to welcome you all and to acknowledge the many academic and civic colleagues, governmental representatives, and honored guests here with us tonight. However, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the graduates and to thank the spouses and significant others who helped them through this rigorous program. You are graduating from a very special program, one where the faculty and staff have been dedicated to your success. And the Luxembourg students continue to be among the very best students that we have in the Jack Welch College of Business. We've been proud to have you as students in our Luxembourg program, and we will be proud to have you as alumni. The candidates for degrees have been assembled. The faculty members are in their places. Members of the Luxembourg Board of Regents and other officials of the university are present. The 26th graduation exercises of Sacred Heart University at Luxembourg are now in session. I am pleased to note that the university degrees and certificates are being conferred from the Jack Welch College of Business. We are named after the legendary former CEO of General Electric, Jack Welch. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all please rise and welcome Ms. Kelsey Hopper, who will sing the national anthem of the United States.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Dear graduating students, dear aspiring students, dear Dean Chalykoff, dear President of the Board of Regents, Dr. Becker, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It was a bit long, but okay. Tonight is the night of relief, of joy, and of great expectations. The Sacred Heart family celebrates its 26th commencement with 41 students graduating, the largest number ever. It is the end of a demanding, energy-absorbing journey, on average lasting 23 months, but with a significance variance, the square root of the standard deviation. And it is the beginning of greatly enhanced career prospects. 2 years ago, when the storm of Middle Eastern refugees hit Europe, Sacred Heart University Luxembourg created comprehensive financial packages for high-caliber refugees to join our MBA with internship in order to create ideal conditions for entering the Luxembourg labor market. at a professional level. And tonight, Marwa Ibrahim is the first to graduate, and we are proud and happy for her. Please remember one important lesson, at least, that pervades our teaching. Career is important, but is not everything. The goal is happiness, and to achieve that, you will need to reconcile in your future life personal and career objectives. And never forget that you were trained in your MBA studies to be a responsible and responsive member of society. An MBA program is a complex production process with many key players. Our thanks go to those that have made this program reach the highest standards, to our faculty. We are privileged to have as only full-time teacher on our payroll Professor Markus Muller, who unfortunately cannot be with us tonight. Markus won the Teaching Excellence Award granted by the Czech Welsh College of Business once a year in recognition of his outstanding teaching performance and versatility. The faculty of adjunct and visiting professors is expanding every year. Since the beginning of the academic year 2016-2017, we were joined by André Mattes, David Pike, Gunther Fischer, Sebastian Eberwein, Guido von Schäfer, Benjamin de Say, Benedict Jonas, Jennifer Trudeau, Richard Pate, and Raquel González Dalmau. As a result, the average age of our teachers sank to the early 40s, and diversity rose. Those new teachers sustained our efforts to stay ahead of the race by launching new courses such as social entrepreneurship, corporate sustainability, innovation management, international business strategy, branding, management for resilient portfolios, to name but a few. We were lucky to benefit from 5 professors crossing the Atlantic from main campus, as many exactly as those crossing the street from the European Investment Bank. We are grateful to both institutions. A very special thank goes to Professor Mary Truffai, who retired this year after many years of committing firmly and passionately to the Luxembourg program as teacher of a very essential course, Leading and Influencing with Integrity, and as coordinator of the Luxembourg campus with the main university. Many students will remain in contact with her and keep a tender memory of Mary as a demanding but caring advisor and friend. Mary, we also will miss you dearly. Professor Anko Miku, Professor of Marketing and Associate Dean of the Czech Welsh College of Business, has frequently visited our campus to teach digital marketing. We are happy that she will be the successor to Mary as coordinator. We thank the Luxembourg Board of Regents, and in particular the chairman of this board, Dr. Norbert Becker, for guidance and support, without which we could not have celebrated our 25th anniversary this past June as elegantly as we did, hosting a visit of the SHU Board of Trustees and the Czech Welsh College of Business Board of Visitors from Fairfield. The 25th anniversary was also the launch of our cooperation with Chinese universities, without any doubt, relationships that will assume growing importance in the future for us. We thank Professor Chang Yi for 2 things: her help in making connections in China and for suggesting to her daughter, Lucia Colombo, to again sing for us tonight together with Kelsey, you have just heard, and her sister, Morgan, both of the Hopper family. It may appear to outsiders obvious that the whole organization of our university life in Luxembourg, the administration of studies, the organization of courses and diplomas, the inquiries, the social media treatment, marketing and acquisition, organizing social events, that all that runs smoothly all year round. What is not at all obvious is that only 3 full-time equivalents are behind that achievement. Antoine, Alexandra, Anemone, and Charlene merit our admiration for their performance and our profound gratitude. In honor of the achievements we celebrate this evening, we hope that the next musical performance inspires confidence in each of our graduating students as you take the next step in your professional careers. Please welcome Di Tanti Palpiti by Giacomo Rossini, performed by Lucia Colombo, soprano, and accompanied by Kelsey on piano. Aren't they great? Thank you, Kelsey and Lucia. The only thing I don't like about them is that they are not SHU graduates. But you cannot have everything. In the Commencement Address is a classical event in university life. In the past, the addresses have been delivered by seasoned political or business leaders. To learn from achievements in the past is always useful, obviously, but our real concern is the future. This fact and the rising number of Chow alumni in leading positions has led us to ask 2 successful graduates to deliver this year's Commencement Address. It's a novum, and the first speaker is Laura Falletta, valedictorian of the MBA class of 2007, and currently Human Resource Initiatives Manager at RBC Investor Services Bank. Laura has been able to set clear priorities for her personal and her professional life, a problem you will be confronted with if you are not already now. By the way, as a starter, she could have gone to do her MBA at MIT, but wisely preferred to do it at Chow. Laura.
Good evening. Exactly 10 years ago, I was on this same stage, addressing my MBA graduating class upon the completion of our studies. Today, I'm honored to have been invited as an external speaker at the Sacred Heart University's 26th graduation ceremony. It was an unexpected invitation, but I feel privileged to be able to share my thoughts with you on such a pivotal milestone in your lives. I call it a pivotal milestone because looking back at those days, I stopped to reflect on the person I was then and on the individual I am now. I thought about the young woman who felt so accomplished on this same occasion with so many dreams and simultaneously with so much uncertainty as to what lay ahead in her life. I call it a pivotal milestone because it is a moment of boundless joy and immense satisfaction, when all the past efforts and dedication are recognized and thus rewarded. It is the end of a long journey which you have completed, and it is now time to celebrate and acknowledge your strengths, the same ones that have brought you here today. Determination is one of the most valuable strengths you possess. If you have overcome all the difficulties and obstacles scattered along your academic path, to be here today, it means that you have really wanted this and have incessantly kept the ball rolling until the goal was scored. You should be proud of that. Determination is a precious asset that will serve you far beyond your years as MBA students. In your future, you will definitely face other adverse circumstances which may overwhelm you, and you will feel that the chance of achieving your targets is fading away, but your determination will never fail you. 6 years ago, I returned to the job market after a 3-year break in my career, which I chose to take to start a family with my husband. At that point in time, I had to face the hostility of a changed environment, one which branded me obsolete or underestimated my abilities because deemed that I was troubled with the burden of a family, which other younger candidates did not have. However, I did not despair, because I believed in myself and in what my MBA studies had taught me. It was not just a matter of technical preparation, rather it was something much more deeply rooted. I had learned how to face and handle complicated issues, how to obtain results in spite of tough time constraints, how to react in a timely and agile manner. None of these qualities could be considered obsolete. In those difficult moments, I rediscovered my determination, the one that had brought me here and that guided me like the North Star toward the objectives I have never lost the hope to achieve. Never forget the effort and the dedication you have invested to reach this milestone. I wish that their intensity will remain engraved on your soul and that they will help you overcome any of the obstacles you will encounter. A new phase in your life is now starting, and you will undoubtedly realize that the speed at which the world around us changes is breathtaking. We should never think that our skills are sufficient to cope with such a rapidly evolving environment. We should remain curious, inquisitive, and eager to learn, never fearing to step out of our comfort zone to seize new opportunities. Never hesitate when taking on new roles, even if they are far from your area of expertise. They will enhance your skills and talent and will prepare you to face future challenges. Take control of your own career path and steer it appropriately toward your intended goals, interests, ambitions, and values. I faced moments when unfortunate circumstances pushed me toward an unplanned change of direction. However, I am happy to say today that this turned out to be an extremely enriching experience. Every experience, even the most apparent negative ones, should be visualized through a different perspective and interpreted as an opportunity for you to continue on your path to success. According to the World Economic Forum, creativity will become one of the top 3 skills in 2020, together with complex problem solving and critical thinking. Never lose your attitude to think outside the box and always be prepared for these new challenges. If I look back at the experience I have acquired since my days as an MBA student, I realized how I've learned to value another important asset in a professional career: negative feedback. My experience across different sectors and different roles has taught me that we should always actively look for sincere criticism as a precious occasion when we put ourselves in front of a mirror and assess our areas for improvement constructively. If we look at our reflection truthfully and do away with our emotions, we will be able to listen to a timid but firm voice telling us what we are missing and should try to acquire. There is no shame in realizing that we could have done something better. The only shame is not to think how we could improve next time. Dear Class 2017, it has been a great honor for me to be here today and share just a few pointers from my past experience as one of you, in the hope that this could, even in the slightest way, prove to be useful for your future career path. My recommendations can be summarized in a few words. Be determined, believe in yourself, be open to accept some risks, and learn from your mistakes. You will shine brightly. I would like to thank Professor Steinherr, who invited me to share some of the energy and the enthusiasm he thinks I have. I feel really privileged. If there is time for a few more words, this can only be congratulations, Class 2017, you made it.
Thank you, Laura. It's now my pleasure to introduce the second speaker, Georges Muller, MBA class of 2004. He's now the Director of Artelis, Vice President of the Luxembourg Trade Confederation, Vice President of OPAL, Fédération des Opérateurs Alternatifs du Luxembourg, and obviously another alumnus we very much appreciate. Georges.
Dean Chalykoff, Director Steinherr, Chairman Becker, members of the Luxembourg Board of Regents, graduates, faculties, honored guests, guten Abend. When Antoine called me a few weeks ago and asked me if I could speak tonight, I was honored and pleased to accept. Actually, at the beginning, right after the MBA, for 4 years, together with Clara Moraru, at the biannual events of the Alumni Association, we invited successful MBAs from the SHU to talk to us for half an hour. Great events, we had about 40 people to show up. So especially this makes me proud to be here tonight. A few words about my background and why I decided to make an MBA. I started my career in the hotel business and I finished my first studies at École Hôtelière in Lausanne with a bachelor degree. This made me travel and work in places like San Francisco, Maui, Hawaii, Dominican Republic, or in Switzerland, in Verbier in Switzerland, and Flims. Life could be worse. But then, living in Seattle with 30 years, I saw all the high-tech guys making a lot more cash than I did, and I didn't like it. So I had only one option, change job. So I was very excited about the high-tech and the digital, And when I came back to Luxembourg for a short vacation, 18 years ago, I got stuck. So my option was select a high-tech company. And luckily for me, in 1999, the telecom market opened up, and there was the creation of Segecom, a small startup in this business. We used fiber optics to connect the big customers, high-end solutions. I had the chance to get into this position as marketing and finance manager for a while, and it was a great challenge. I had a promising time ahead of me. Only I knew that in the world of engineers, a bachelor from Lausanne is not good enough. They needed something else. So the MBA was my option to move ahead. I had two options for the MBA: stop working and do a full-time MBA, or take the Sacred Heart option, work at my own pace, be still at school, and do it more slowly and the way I wanted. So I had a flexible option with Sacred Heart, and this was great for me, and it was in Luxembourg, so everything fit together. It was a fun time. It was tough. It was long. I went to study on for 3 years. I had many friends, and even today, I keep in contact with my students from the class. It's now easier over LinkedIn and Facebook, but at the time, it was more challenging. We had email, and yet it still works, and whenever we meet back, it's a fun time. I also took the opportunity to go to the US campus for a 2-week class, which was the best. Actually, at the time, it's not being the first time around at school where sometimes the money is missing. This time working full-time, I had the cash to pay for the beers, and we all had. So we had a great time. And the bottom line, what did really happen for me after the MBA? Shortly after I finished, about 2 years, my boss retired, and there was an opening to become the CEO of the company. I turned in my Directeur, and after an assessment and 6 more candidates, I finally got the position of Director. Without the MBA, it wouldn't have been possible. Being in the world of this engineer I just talked to you about, this was my way to get into the job. I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't have done this for 3 years. So I'm very grateful to Sacred Heart for helping me to get into this way. Doing an MBA, it's like restructuring a company. I have been, over the last 10 years, I have done this job, restructured twice my company. It's long, it's a marathon. You have to show endurance, you have to show persistence. You have to work with all the departments. And this is what the MBA shows you. When you have done it, you know you can do it. It's not. There's no question. You have done it already. So what have we done over the last years from 1999 to now? So the group, Segecom, or the Segecom as a startup, moved into the artelis group. We have built a highly competitive fiber optic network in Germany and Luxembourg. We offer at the beginning connectivity. Now we moved in all the brands of telecommunication, data center, cloud computing. So this is part of what an MBA does. You always have to look for the next wave. You have to be open-minded. You have to look for the USPs. You have to improve yourself, and you have to improve your company. Today, we are 160. When I started, I was the nicest employee. We're doing about 60 million euros in sales. When I started, there was like nothing. So on the ever-changing environment of the telecom, we implemented with our main shareholder, which is the RWE Group, which does about 45 billion in sales, that we are the telecom specialist for that group. They decided this year that they're going to have 3 main branches. The one is energy, innovation, and telecom. So having built this over the years, we came to this. And this has to do with persistence, with never giving up. And if you are here tonight, and congratulations to be here tonight, that means you have been persistent. That means you can do the job. And this is key. So whenever you go and talk to a consultant, they recognize your MBA. Whenever you talk to a new sales guy, they know what an MBA means. This is a value in the business whenever you go to a meeting. It makes you stronger. It makes you believe more in yourself. And it's a real asset. So use it positively in the future to build your own careers. And that's a great part. So you can measure your investment every day. I can measure it every day. And is there a way beyond business? Can you do more than just business? Yes, you can do more than just business. When we're at the Sacred Heart University, of course, we talk about ethics, and sometimes in class we smile about it. But when you get out, there's more to do. You can do social stuff, you can do philanthropy. I myself am engaged in a foundation, Marjani is the name, and we sponsor projects worldwide, dominantly in Luxembourg, but also in Africa and Asia. And this year in October, I went to Cape Verde Islands to open a boutique sociale where people can get free stuff and they need to work then for the community. So this is also something the MBA teaches. It's not only about business. There can be more. And how can we make the MBA even better? That's a lesson I think you're going to learn in the future because you're still very young in the business environment. What is under the surface? Some people start this MBA to have more responsibility. Some do it to have more freedom. Some want to realize that their dreams, like me, I want to be the boss. And you asked earlier if I want to have more money. Yes, at the time I did want to have more money, and I did get more money, up to buying a supercar, and that was part of what I wanted to do. But if you do the MBA for the wrong reasons, then don't expect your boss to give you a raise. You might just do it to impress your parents or just to have an intellectual stimulus. And this is fine. This is great. But again, don't expect your boss to give you the raise. And what are the lessons learned after the MBA? You have to keep on working to get your fruits. I did not become the boss just the next day. And I did not get a raise after my MBA. I had to wait for 2 years. That's another MBA of waiting. So sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes you have to work. Sometimes you have to go on and keep your fruits. This is what persistence is, and this is what you need to show on every day. So what I get is take the knowledge of the MBA, which you have now, understand politics in the company, understand group behavior, understand emotional intelligence, and put it into a cocktail, and you will succeed. No one will promote you because of the MBA, but you might just not get promoted because you don't have it. Furthermore, activity isn't result. A sales, for instance, who just brings me business cards. Fine, but what sales did he generate? And also, this is part of doing the MBA. What is important? What are the priorities? And being busy doesn't mean you're productive. Look at it and you will see. And after the MBA, there's the next class. Which class are you going to take? What is lifelong learning? What is your DNA? You need to look at this. So this is not finished. This is just a stepping stone to the next learning path to move ahead. The MBA, being at Sacred Heart and in Luxembourg, gives you the opportunity to see 2 continents, which makes you open more to globalization and change. It makes you open that competitor which knocks you off the market is not your neighbor next door, but a disruptor from somewhere else in the world. And you're aware of it because you have this degree from this university, which definitely applies. And your passion, live your passion. When I used to live in Seattle, a lot of people tell me, I don't have passion, I don't understand it, and these talks were going on. Passion can be, you have a passion, otherwise you wouldn't have done this class. You need to have passion. My passion is to travel. I love to go see different cultures, different people, different foods. I do a long travel, long 2 weeks, that's long for me, each year. And that's where I came from, that's why I did hotel business, that's why I'm still traveling. And doing an MBA is like a travel, and it's a nice travel. And when I look back, this travel is always with me, and that's why I'm here tonight to give a few words back to the Sacred Heart University. Now there's left to me to congratulate you, and good luck.
Thank you very much, George. As a little contribution to the profoundly changing cultural environment, the next song will be sung in the Chinese language. Please welcome again Lucia Colombo singing Xiao He Tang Shui, accompanied by Kelsey Harper on the piano. Tonight, only 1 out of 5 songs will be in Chinese. Tonight. Well, thank you very much, Kelsey and Lucia. It's now time for the Conferral of Degrees. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a professional photographer taking pictures of each graduate. In the interest of decorum and as a courtesy to those around you, I would ask you to remain seated whilst the graduates are awarded their degrees. And the degrees will be awarded by the Dean of the Czech Welsh College of Business, Dr. John Chalykoff.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration please rise? On behalf of the faculty and staff at Sacred Heart, Luxembourg, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Business Administration and respectfully recommend such degree be conferred upon them. By virtue of the power vested in me by the state of Connecticut and by the trustees of Sacred Heart University, on this, the 15th day of December, 2017, I confer upon the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration.
Dear
One
John,
extra word there.
I will read the names of those awarded the degree. Graduates, please pause for a moment when Dean Chalykoff will give you the degree for the photographs. I will now read the names. Joda Adada. Raju Ratnakar Akulvar. Anna Rita Barros. Abdel Hakim Ben Fakir. Fabio Rocha Becerra. André Luis Santos de Brito. Pierre Charles Marie de Marnef. Lucas Fernandez. Stefan Gavin. René Gupta. Marwa Ibrahim. Raymond Kalimunda. Justine Konoval. Adam Yumba Kuruma. Ralph Armand Léon Krieps. Julien Lazzari. Oscar Chow Lipchak. Valentina Maestroni. Zun Hei Erik Mann. Melanie Molinari. Shruti Müller. Niranjan Mizor Vishwamurthy. Sami Mtsavi. Kevin Edward Nolan. Achti Priya. Gabriel Risto Sidral. Youssef Sagir. Jérôme Scherpenbergs. Charlene Schüssler. Stefan Schuh, Fabrizio Seminara, Patrizia Stalla, Joshua Stone, Caio Gomes-Strutz, Luca Martins de la Santina Torres, Sarania Valsarayan, Leonardo Valtiera, Aïssier, congratulations to the MBA graduates of 2017. Will the candidates for the Corporate Finance and Modern Business Management certificates please rise? And they are risen. On behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates for the aforementioned certificates and respectfully recommend that such certificates be conferred upon him or her. Corporate Finance, Ahmed Ben Suna. Modern Business Management, Serkan Ekici. Modern Business Management, Paola Micoli. Congratulations to the certificate graduates of 2017. Now here comes the novum. It is my pleasure to present the Sacred Heart University 2017 Capstone Thank You Awards. You know, as a conclusion to our MBA program, the last course MBA students take before graduating from our program is the so-called Capstone Course. Students team up 4 to 6, act as consultants to actual clients on real-life challenges. Over the past years, our students have developed business plans for purposes such as industry developments, product innovations, new market entries, financing and fundraising initiatives. Clients are all Luxembourg-based and have included NGOs, traditional Luxembourg companies, startups, as well as government institutions. The Capstone Course is not an academic exercise. Almost all business plans developed by students so far have been implemented by the respective client organizations. This shows successful integration of theory and practice in their programs, following our Learn Today, Apply Tomorrow paradigm. We enable students to make a difference to their own lives, their families and friends, colleagues, organizations, and society. The Capstone Course is a key pillar of our immersion into and collaboration with the Luxembourg community. Each year, Chow and its students are given the chance to make, to make a difference. That's the point, to make a difference. Thanks to client organizations challenging our students with exciting projects. Tonight, we would like to honor this year's Capstone Course client organizations for their commitment to Chow and its students with a thank you award for making a difference to our university and our students. Could I please ask the following company representatives on stage? Benjamin Desai from Kisi. Dr. Miguel Ángel Olivares Mendes from Airframe Inspections. Philippe Hugel from Ampasset. Dr. Puyan Siafati from Lux A. Charles Albert Florentin from Lux Innovation Eco-Innovation Cluster. Philippe Genon from Lux Innovation Wood Cluster. And Régis Moos from the Luxembourg Ministry of Culture. Chow says thank you to you all for your help, support in providing and delivering excellence in business education. Needless to say, your commitment is important and is a unique pillar in our students' learning experience. Thank you very much. I am now pleased to announce 3 academic awards, and Dean Chalykoff will continue to present awards. The Dean's Leadership Award is presented to Charlene Schüssler for her project on Luxembourg use of a castle in the country for a Hall of Fame. Charlene. The Silver Medal of Excellence is presented to Valentina Maestroni. Congratulations. Please come forward. The Gold Medal of Excellence goes to Oscar Lipchak. Congratulations. Here he is, and he will deliver the Valedictorian Address.
Good evening, Dean, trustees, faculty members, family, friends, but most importantly, my fellow graduates. Today marks an important milestone in our professional and personal lives. Today is a day to be thankful and a day to look ahead to opportunities and adventures that lie ahead of each and every one of us. For me personally, I'm thankful for the amazing journey I've been a part of since my wife and I decided nearly 3 years ago to move to Luxembourg and join the MBA with internship program at Sacred Heart. Nearly a year before discovering Luxembourg, and if I'm to be honest, before discovering Luxembourg, I was laid off from the only real job I had ever known. My confidence in my knowledge, my abilities, and myself slowly eroded as I struggled to find my way professionally. I finally came to the realization that the world was much more competitive than I had expected. The decision to come to Sacred Heart was not the safe choice. We would be taking a big chance on a relatively new program in an unfamiliar country. But we were ready to take the gamble. After all, anything in life that's worthwhile requires taking some risk. Today, I'm finishing the MBA program I started 2.5 years ago. And after taking time to reflect on this unforgettable ride, I can truly say that Luxembourg and Sacred Heart have exceeded all expectations. I've had the privilege to broaden my network of friends with classmates from all over the world: Luxembourg, Spain, Colombia, Ukraine, just to name a few, with each person contributing a unique perspective inside and outside the classroom. The MBA program pushed our mental and emotional limits at times, but these challenges are what led us to create many memories of joy and laughter. Whether it be a classmate's insanely elaborate PowerPoint presentation with fireworks, an impromptu speech during a pizza dinner, or even a late-night team meeting in Saint-Jean. Okay, well, maybe not that last one. But this amazing journey was made possible thanks to Sacred Heart's outstanding faculty and administration. On behalf of my cohort, I thank you for your ceaseless effort in continuing to raise the bar at SHU. Thank you also to all the spouses, families, and friends who have been so supportive, understanding, and patient throughout this time. My fellow graduates, I know each of you are ready and willing to tackle the next opportunity or adventure that awaits you. As you prepare for your next step, know that sometimes unexpected things happen, but also know it's all part of the process of exploration and discovery. It's all part of taking a chance, because in the end, the future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Okay. Sure. Thank you, Oscar. Now we cooperate. Graduates, please rise and face the guests. And now it's you. You have the text?
Yeah. Graduates, as a sign of the completion of our graduation, please move your tassels from right to left.
Please turn around and stay for the benediction by Professor Ehret.
I'm very proud to be here tonight, and I'm very proud of all those graduates who are also living in the Centre Jean 23 and whom I've seen working very late nights at night. And when they cook, I can tell you, it's a very nice smell. Congratulations for everything. I'm proud of you all. And I'm very proud that we collaborate, Sacred Heart University and the Diocesan Center Jean 23 and the Luxembourg School of Religion and Society. But tonight I'm here to use probably a word you haven't heard in the classes, and it's quite obvious. I'm talking about God, I'm talking in the name of God, I'm talking to God now. So, and God is not part of analytics, God is not part of mathematics. We call him the origin of origins and the end of ends. And so It's the source of the mystery and the depth of life and of the fullness of life. Some of you might discover him when you look into the stars and get some insight of the unending space in front of you and the millions and billions of stars. Others discover it when they look in the face of a loving person, or when they touch for the first time their son or daughter just born. The richness, the fullness, the depth of life. Some also call upon him when life comes to ends. And then we see that we couldn't achieve everything we were dreaming of, and that there would be so many more things to do, and when we also see what happened and what went wrong. And we discover that there is a desire for more. And so tonight, with all your achievements, with all your life, with families and friends, we call upon this God that he may bless you so that you can be a blessing for all. Let us pray. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance on you and give you peace. Amen.
Thank you, Professor Ehret. In the spirit of the coming holy days, I am very happy that Lucia and Kelsey will sing for us Angels We Have Heard on High and put us into the right mood. Please welcome them. Thank you so much. Well, this concludes the 26th graduation ceremony of the Sacred Heart University's Jack Welch College of Business in Luxembourg. Will everyone please rise for the recessional? Please remain in your places until the academic procession has left the auditorium. There's a message for the rest of the audience. Dean Chalykoff will lead our graduates in the recession. All guests are invited to join us for a reception immediately following the ceremony at the Lucien Vercollier cloister just across the courtyard. The graduates will assemble with the faculty for a class picture now and then join the other guests shortly. Thank you very much, in particular the parents and families, all those who supported the students during a long and very often very demanding period, not just for the students, but also for their families. Thank you for your support and comprehension.